Breaking news, the quote unquote controversy created in the media about a logo similarity between Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex's new brand as ever, and the coat of arms for a small Mallorcan town is nonsense. And it was created to drive a narrative about Meghan and her quote unquote missteps that really doesn't exist and demonstrates a pattern of taking dry, boring legal processes and making them sound nefarious. Yes, I know that anyone with any sort of critical thinking skills could have deduced that, but Matter of Fact and I had the opportunity to speak with an actual lawyer who is well versed in trademark law. And she also has a killer cat eye to boot. He spoke with Reb Masel, and if you go over to Amanda's video after this, she got some tea on the ARO of it all. To be clear, Reb does not work with or for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But this is a nothing burger because there are so many logos and brands and coat of arms all throughout the world that there are going to be similarities. The issue that arises is if somebody could justifiably confuse the two brands, or if a brand is trying to come in with a similar name and do the exact same thing. As you can imagine, there are companies like Disney that have lawyers that are going through and looking at all of the trademarks that have come through and seeing what is close to Disney's and then going to court over that. Even then, when it goes through this dry, boring legal process, the judge will ask that there is some sort of alteration to the logo. And it happens all the time. It is not a news story, but I'm going to tell you what happened here. This logo controversy popped up in corners of the internet that peddle in hate. The media picked it up and ran with it, but not to use their resources to clarify or confirm or deny parts of this rumor. They did it so that they could reach out to this mayor of the small American town who is now overwhelmed with media requests to ask her pointed questions that they could then take the quotes and create these articles to create the story like there's impending legal action and the mayor's furious when it's really not true. They created a story instead of reporting on a story. You know what any reporter should have done? I don't care. I'm holding all outlets to the same standard. Some of these tabloids are in the Royal Rota, so someone thinks that they're important enough. But yeah, you could have asked a trademark expert about this. Problem is, that might not have allowed you to write this kind of story. We saw this happen last year when Archwell was deemed delinquent as per a legal notice, and it was reported on like the state of California reached out and shamed them personally, not like a standard automatic form that was cleared up because it was a clerical error. So papers took what is a standard process and turned it into something nefarious, turned it into something to show a larger story, a pattern of behavior about Harry and Meghan that simply doesn't exist. I'm here for thoughtful analysis and constructive criticism, but what the media is doing here is finding standard everyday legal processes and turning them into some kind of proof of Meghan and Harry's missteps, of their bumbles, their errors, their arrogance. And people fall for this crap, this trend of absconding responsibility for things printed on the internet by reprinting them and giving credit to what is on the internet without any sort of thoughtful research or engagement or follow-up is not journalism, and it's a disservice to everyone involved. As I said at the top, Amanda and I had Reb Masel on our podcast Off With Their Headlines. New episodes drop each week. That episode will be out next week. And also go over to Amanda's page and watch her video with the tea on the ARO trademark dispute.